Chapter 13, 51. Chaotic Battle. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Kill. Charge. Block them, we need more time. Don't be afraid. So what if this is Zuo Yehui? The Gu formation is around. We can last until reinforcements arrive from our clans. Shadow Sect attacked, while Southern Border's Righteous Path defended desperately. The third layer of the Gu formation was already half destroyed. Cracks could be seen everywhere. It was of little help to the Righteous Path Gu immortals. A chaotic battle ensued. Rumble. Unceasing explosions, the collisions of wind, fire, water, and lightning, unfolded like fireworks in the sky. There was no probing. Immortal Gu and Immortal Killer moves were used from the start. The battle became heated almost instantly. You cannot defend this place. Fairy Meow Yin smiled as she flew in the air. Chaosu was in front of her. Chaosu was silent. The situation had changed too quickly earlier. The Righteous Path had the advantage, but now they were at a disadvantage. Even with the Super Gu formation, they could only defend passively. They lost their initiative. For the Righteous Path Gu immortals, their only chance was to wait for reinforcements. Who are you people? You can actually mobilize the legendary immemorial desolate beast, Zuo Yehui, Chaosu asked, paying close attention. Fairy Meow Yin laughed. The ones to end your life. Her killing intent rose. A crescent moon shadow appeared in her eyes. Immortal Killer, move curved moon. This was a sight-based attack because the aura was completely concealed. Once it was used, one would not be able to react in time. It was very difficult to guard against. Chaosu was hit immediately. But soon on the surface of her dress and skin, jade green light shone. Within the faint light, long willow branches formed. It was like ribbons made of branches coiling around her. She resembled a fairy from heaven. Swish, swish, swish. The jade willow branches were not just defensive. They quickly flew towards Fairy Meow Yin with impressive mobility. Fairy Meow Yin was stunned. She quickly retreated. She avoided the willow branches but could not defend against the shadow below them. One of the shadows shot up like a venomous snake, slapping Fairy Meow Yin's body. This is an attached move? Fairy Meow Yin could not conceal the shock on her beautiful face. Attached moves were like consecutive moves, split moves, and variation moves. They were special techniques in activating killer moves. They were hard to master for normal people. What was an attached move? Normally speaking, it meant two different immortal killer moves, one primary and one secondary. Like the willow branch attack that Chaosu used, it was the primary move. The shadows below the branches were the secondary move, attached to the primary move. When the primary move was used, the secondary move would have a certain chance of getting activated as well, unleashing its effects. Fairy Meow Yin did not expect that Chaosu would actually master such a difficult technique like attached move. She was caught off guard and was hit by the willow branch's shadow. A long wound appeared as blood started to flow out. On Fairy Meow Yin's beautiful face, it was really apparent. Chaosu tittered. Oh no, I lost my concentration and disfigured you. If we fight anymore, you'll no longer be on par with me in beauty. Fairy Meow Yin snorted. Chaosu took the initiative and attacked. There were countless jade willow branches around her. These rootless willows were formed from the killer move. They were agile and resembled dozens of long whips, lashing at Fairy Meow Yin. The attacks became more frequent. It was like a jade storm. Fairy Meow Yin was shrouded in whips. Not only did she need to defend against the whips, she also had to guard against their shadows. After all, a whip might come out at any time and attack Fairy Meow Yin. Splat, splat, splat. Lashing sounds were endless. Even though Fairy Meow Yin was putting up her defense, her clothes were still torn by the whips. Fairy Meow Yin retreated as she used her hands to shield herself from the willow branches. A moment later, her clothes were torn and her snow-white body was exposed. It was beautiful and alluring. Men would have a nosebleed upon seeing her. Chaosu pursued her along the way. But good times did not last. Her opponent suddenly cried out as a pair of slender hands appeared on her back. Fairy Meow Yin had forearms now. Her forearms defended herself as Fairy Meow Yin restored her steady position. It was easy for her to block those willows now. Chaosu Lu sighed to herself. This was immortal killer move, wondrous hand, profound sound, fairy Meow Yin's signature killer move. Chaosu Lu knew of it. She had attacked rapidly earlier to catch fairy Meow Yin off guard, to maintain her pressure and prevent her from regaining her composure. However, Chaosu Lu's tactic failed. Fairy Meow Yin managed to use this move in the end. Even though Fairy Meow Yin was facing huge pressure, she was not a noob like Zhao Lianyun. Fairy Meow Yin did not make an error. She withstood the pressure and used her killer move successfully. With her success, the situation changed. Chaosu Lu slowly flew backwards, stopping her attacks and starting a battle of attrition using the damaged goo formation as she retreated. She had left the super goo formation when pursuing Fairy Meow Yin. It was wise to return. It is my turn now, Sister Silu. You have to endure it. Fairy Meow Yin smiled, but her gaze was very dark. 4 hands started to move rapidly. Her smooth, long fingers were moving in a dazzling motion. Ding, ding, dang, dang. Cling, cling, clang, clang. With the movement of her fingers, sharp sounds could be heard whenever they touched. The sounds even caused sound waves to start appearing in the surrounding air. The sound waves were moving rapidly, with Fairy Meow Yin at the center. It quickly spread to the radius of a few hundred steps. The damaged third layer of the goo formation was breaking apart many times as quickly with the effect of the sound. The sound waves appeared quickly and vanished just as quickly. Chaosu Lu had a solemn expression. She quickly defended herself, as willow branches surrounded her entire body. The two were in a deadlock. And at another hole. Shang Clan Gu Immortal. Shang Guai Li crossed his arms as he stood in front of the hole looking at He Lu Lan. He had arrogance and disdain on his face. Just a rank 6 Gu Immortal, you dare to attack us. You are truly courting death. I will kill you first before reinforcing my allies. Saying this, he vanished on the spot. At the next moment, he appeared behind He Lu Lan. Next, he stretched out his right hand as it turned into a white bone claw, scratching at He Lu Lan's back. A plop! A soft sound echoed. The white bone claw ripped apart He Lu Lan's defensive method, stabbing into her back as blood splattered upon impact. He Lu Lan shouted in anger, turning around to retaliate. Shang Guai Li vanished on the spot again, appearing in the damaged formation once more. He Lu Lan missed her attack, she growled in anger. Her expression was twisted. There were 5 deep wounds on her back. Shang Guai Li mocked in disdain. You're nothing much. I will take your life in the next hit. But suddenly his expression changed. On his white bone claw, He Lu Lan's flesh and blood were burning in flames. The fire was extremely special. It grew as it burned. In the blink of an eye, it covered Shang Guai Li's entire right hand. You fell for it so easily. He Lu Lan laughed. Immortal killer move flesh blood. Fire! Dragon Man, a middle-aged Gu Immortal with huge nostrils. Chai Huo Xiong was bare on his upper body. He had a wide back and waist. His body's muscles were glowing red, like he was on fire. Every time he breathed, smoke came out of his nostrils. He was brutish and domineering. He stood on the spot and blocked the hole in the goo formation behind him. At least you are knowledgeable. Bai Ningbing had a plain expression. She stretched out her right arm. Her jade fingers were covered in frost energy, as snowflakes descended from the sky. Boom! A loud sound occurred around Chai Huo Xiong. The ground caved in as he shot out like a cannonball, charging towards Bai Ningbing. Take this, Chai Huo Xiong shouted in the air. Large amounts of flames flew out of his nose and nose. Even his pores were flaming. In an instant, raging flames filled Bai Ningbing's vision. Bai Ningbing had a cold gaze. She did not dodge. She watched as Chai Huo Xiong got closer. Her lips curled up. She called out in excitement, "Come at me!" Before she finished her words, she charged forward. Her body was tiny compared to Chai Huo Xiong. This was like the collision of a fly towards a flame. Boom! An intense explosion. Both sides attacked and were locked in the middle, dividing this battlefield into 2. Half was flame and half was frost. They were repelling each other. Flames flickered with the power to burn all life forms, while the frost solidified the earth into an icy domain, freezing all life forms. Flames could not melt the frost, and the frost could not freeze the flames. There was no clear victor. When the flames and frost vanished, two figures appeared on each end. Bai Ningbing stood on the spot. Excitement and concentration was evident in her dragon eyes. On the other end, the domineering Chai clan Gu Immortal took several steps back, looking at Bai Ningbing in disbelief. Impossible. You are only a rank 6 Gu Immortal. Bai Ningbing smiled and her icy white teeth were exposed. I praised you for being knowledgeable earlier. It seems that I need to take that back. The moment she said, need to, Bai Ningbing charged ahead again. When she finished her words, she was right in front of Chai Huoxiong. She jumped into the sky and her right arm was raised up. She was like a deity of snow descending to the world, bringing with her an endless blizzard. Her divine might was unstoppable. Next, Bai Ningbing's right arm slashed down at Chai Huoxiong like a giant sharp blade. White rabbit, you slut, die! Wu Liao had bloodshot eyes, filled with rage and hatred. Even though he was not on good terms with Wu An, as they disliked each other, they were still Wu Clan Gu immortals. Now that White Rabbit killed Wu An, Wu Liao attacked with hatred, wanting to avenge Wu An. But it was a pity. Lady White Rabbit, who had transformed, or rather Black Tigress, had rank 7 cultivation level. Her battle strength had surged dramatically. Wu Liao was just a rank 6 Gu immortal. He could do nothing to Lady White Rabbit. Instead, his own life was in danger. Step down, Wu Liao. You are not her match. Fang Yuan blocked Wu Liao, who was going to fight. He had cold killing intent as he stood in front of Lady White Rabbit.